Whoa, hi, it's Connie Joe, and I wasn't ready because as I turned it on, it like came really close and I wasn't ready for that. But I just really wanted to come on really fast and talk to you about the blitz that's going on. I hope you have seen on Posh Talk that there's a bunch of stuff going on. So earlier today, I posted a document that I said to print out or find an app where you could edit it because you're going to want that. So there's 3 challenges that's going on and I'm going to talk about those 3. So let me issue the first one. So the very first one is you need to text or, well, if you want to participate in the true challenge, you need to text 50 people and see if they want any kind of samples from you. So it does need to be a true text if you want to participate in the Posh Talk contest. Now, they are allowing us premiers to issue the contest and pick the prizes. I mean, not the prizes, pick the winners, and then we submit a form and everything. So you need to send in documentation that you truly did this. Now, I don't want you sending out canned text. And what I mean by that is those texts from people where you get, you can tell by reading it that they send out that exact same text to 50 people. Or if you choose to do this by messenger, or if you want to do it by email, that's okay too, because I'm going to run alongside another contest, basically the same one, but I will pick my own winner too. So I'll submit one to the company and then I'll pick one also. And if you want to participate in my contest, then you can also include the text messenger, the Facebook Messenger and email, but don't do the canned messages, sorry. Make them personal, make them, hey, I was just thinking about you, you have young kids, and I was wondering, have you ever tried Perfectly Posh because it's great for young kids? Or I know you have a lot of stress or whatever. Have you ever tried Perfectly Posh because you deserve to be pampered? Whatever, just find some kind of a way to make it more personal. Now, I know some people are saying, 50, what if they all say yes? I don't have that many samples, or it's going to cost a lot to send out that many samples. So here's a couple of things you can keep in mind. First of all, number 1, chunks. Chunks are super, super easy to sample. They cut up really easily, and you can get teeny samples out of them and do a lot. I am more generous with my chunk samples. A whole bar you can cut up, and I don't really remember how many I get, but I'm more generous. But when I was new, I would cut them up fairly small, and people still get a really good use out of them. And if you're wondering how to make chunk samples, microwave it for like 20 seconds on one side, flip it over, do 20 seconds again, and then just use a really sharp butcher knife and bam, you can cut them. And it's really, really easy. Then if you don't have labels for them, that's okay. You can print them, they're in the box. But the other thing that you can do is you can go to the website, find that product that you're sampling, and do basically a right click and on that product and grab that image and then go to your computer and then paste it onto a sheet, or if you have like the labels on 30 labels on a sheet, you can paste it onto there and then crop it, and super easy. And then you just put it in like a little jewelry baggie, or some people have even done it in wax paper, which looks really nice. I don't have the time to wrap them like a present and in wax paper, but you can do that. So that's one option for fairly inexpensive samples. Some people say, all I have is expired samples. That's okay. use discontinued samples. If they are retired products, who cares? I still sample out retired products because you're going to get somebody hooked on our products, and who cares if they're retired? If they call and want to order, you say, you know what? I have a product very similar to that. Let me have you order that. The scent might not be exactly the same, but the feel is the same. The product isn't exactly the same, but they, replaced it with something usually better. So keep that in mind. Who cares? I'm still using, I went to the warehouse sale, and they had 1 billion, and I'm not kidding, of the ice cream for ice cream, Big Fat Yummy hand cream. I got a lot of those, and thanks to Becky, I got even more. But seriously, I have so many of those that I'm using. I don't care that they're retired. It's a pretty, neutral scent. Everybody likes like a vanilla-ish scent. And it gives the feel of what a Big Fat Yummy hand cream is. So I'm still using those, and I'll use them for another year if I don't care. So anyway, I'm blabbering. Another thing is postage. If you're wondering, oh my gosh, I can't mail out all of these samples to people. A few things you can do is wait until Wednesday. If you get paid on Wednesday, then you can say, okay, I'm going to mail them out on Wednesday. And then you get paid, you can mail them. Another thing is you can do, great, I'm meeting people at this place at this time, and have them come to you. If they're local, great. Deliver them. If they are local, deliver them. Or, have them meet. If you need to mail them, find out the very least expensive way that you can do that. Go to the post office and find out. I know if they are plain samples, just like kind of wrap them in like a little bit of bubble, and then put them in a plain envelope with nothing else. I mean, a quick postcard, and then I always say a recruiting information too. And then, when I say postcard, I mean just a note saying thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then you should be able to send it by telling them, like writing on the envelope, don't send it through the machine. And then, yeah, you have to pay a tiny bit more, but it's still usually thin enough where you don't have to pay the extra bulk postage. So have the postmaster help you. Usually they are very helpful. I say usually because I have run into some that aren't very nice. Anyway, okay, so very last thing is have them have a call to action. You need to have a call to action when you send out these samples. Don't just mass text people and say, do you want to try samples? Well, of course, everybody's going to say, yeah, I want your samples, because everybody wants something for free. You want to have them call to action, because sending out samples is not going to do you any good but cost you money. You want to say something like, would you like to try my samples and be willing to give me a product review? Or would you like to post a review on my Facebook page? Or would you be interested in trying my products so I can better further my business? Whatever, just have there be a reason for you sending them, and let them know that there's that reason, and that you will follow up with them. Tell them you will be following up with them. Make sure that they know that, just because then you are kind of committed to doing it, and then they understand that too. All right, so I've blabbered as usual, but I really have this great idea about us getting a lot of responses from these samples. So if you have more questions, if you have more concerns, go ahead and comment on this video, and I will be posting challenge number 2 and challenge number 3 shortly.